Hello and thank you for watching Ask Ron, where Ron answers your Gold Club questions each and every week. My name's Jesse, and I have Ron here ready to answer your questions.
All right, before we go any further, there's only one Ron Legrand, and I'll let you guess which one it is. Okay, Jesse, we got some good ones today.
We sure do. We're going to start off with Tony and Angie Stewart
Oh, of course.
from Ohio, in case you forgot. He says, thanks so much for the summit. It was great. There are so many additional ways to make money were introduced.
Yep.
His question is, how do you determine when to add something to your business and when it might be a distraction?
How do you take the meaning of that question? I'm guessing that you haven't got up and running with your business yet. That's why you're asking that. And if that's true, you don't watch yourself with shiny objects. Anything that I offer you through Global is to enhance your business, not pull you off track. And if you are at the point to where you're just beginning, you're going to have to guard against everything that everybody offers to you. Now, look, when I teach people at the Quick Start School, they got everything they need to go home and do the business if they plug into it. And all your systems are is Dreams Pro AI, Pat Live to take calls, and VAs to make calls and do all the grunt work for you. If you get through that and you register for that, anything else you add, just pure addition to increase your income. For example, at the summit, as you well know, we had several different people offering you income producing things that have to do with real estate, like like the overages class, like the land class, and you know what I'm talking about. The truth is, you need to get your business rolling to start buying houses, and then you'll have the time that you need to branch off and figure out what it is you want. Actually, the more of that stuff that you intake, the smarter you're going to become, the faster you're going to become. Because I did the same thing back in 1980s. We had no support group. We had no mentors. We had none of that. We had no systems. The internet hadn't even been invented yet. So we had to do it all manually. Man, it took a lot of my time. Taking calls all day long from buyers and a few from sellers. And I knew if I didn't answer the phone, I don't have a business. And just answering the phone, I got to the point to where I hated to pick up the telephone. But, all those calls were coming into my home. I didn't have any choice. And about 2 years after I started, I went out and got a little shopping center, made it my first office away from home, which is good for some and not good for others. I'm going to be teaching business management here next week. And one of the things we're going to be talking about is, do you want to get out of your home? Yes or no. Either one's the right answer for you or some. And, if you're going to get out of your home, do you realize what it's going to cost you to have an office, even in a cheap office? And, we have that discussion, and we have that discussion with panel when you can. So you can get a clear understanding of stuff that you're not going to hear anywhere else on the planet. Most of the stuff that I teach, there's nobody else qualified to teach it the way I teach it, because there's nobody out there as old as I am, is the long and the short of it. And you cannot get experience without getting age at the same time. Of course, the young people have a hard time believing that. But anyway, I think that answers your question. Don't try to load you up with shiny objects and take you away from the focus of doing the simple system to buy houses and sell them or keep them. All right, that answer it?
That was a great answer. Thank you. Next up, we have Jacob. He's also from Ohio. He says, hi, Ron. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Business Management Bootcamp next week.
All right.
So it'll be his first time with you in Jacksonville.
Okay, great. Hey, Jacob, one thing. If you're in the business of real estate right now, bring your check ledgers, if you will, because part of the class is also about managing money. And I do a chart on that, and I like to put 2 or 3 businesses together up there on the stage and see how the numbers compare. And of course, sometimes I get them up there and they have no idea what their numbers are, so they're just winging it. If you bring your check register, in fact, everybody that's listening right now that's coming, bring your check registers with you. I bet you're going to be surprised at what I pull out of you on this event, and how some marginal shifts in your life is going to change everything big time. I know it has changed my life big time several times throughout my 43-year career. Only takes one little thing to turn everything around, usually. All right.
Good tidbit. He does have a couple of questions.
All
First
right.
is, for someone looking to acquire pretty house or terms deals, would you say that foreclosures are a good source of properties for that or not? Maybe they're good for work for equity deals.
Not my best choice. Foreclosures, number one, are always going to have a lot of competition. They're easy to find. And look, we buy foreclosures too now and then, but I don't want to make a business out of buying foreclosures because there's some competition. They're all chasing the foreclosures. However, we've got ways now with Dreams. We got a better plan, and I will disclose that at business management. I'm not going to do it here now. Well, I'll talk a little bit about it now. We're in a time of era right now, ERA, when houses are not over leveraged, but they have very little equity in them because a lot of people are buying new houses, slightly new houses, and they're financing them high because of the interest rates. So there's not a lot of equity left, and it's even worse when it's a VA loan because they'll finance 100%. However, we've bought several houses lately in gorgeous areas, gorgeous houses needing no work, and by simply having the seller deed us the house. And no, I didn't get a lot of equity, but I learned back in 2009 when I created the ACTS program, ACTS, Assignment of Contracts and Terms System, that people will gladly hand you $10,000, $15,000 to get in a beautiful home that they don't have to qualify for. Especially back then, I was giving them a 10-year lease because I had no problem getting 10-year leases from my seller. I had a lease option, so there's no closing costs. Put tenant buy it in there, $10,000, $15,000, depending on what the equity is. We'd raise the price and make it even worse, and that didn't deter them because I was giving them 10 years to number one, get their credit fixed or whatever. Number two, the value was going to go up and the debt was going to go down, and they had 10 years. They didn't even care about it. So I get a deposit out of them. The worst case, they live there all that time and they don't buy the house. So it's a whole market within the market. We've done 5 or 6 of those in the last 3 weeks right here in Jacksonville, and we target them. Come see me in Quick Start School. This is too much for me to handle right now. We demonstrate it for you in Quick Start School, and also in the implementation power days coming up as well.
Nice. Yeah, you have a jam-packed week next week.
Yeah, I do. From business management for 3 days, and then I'm doing
implementation power days
for 2 days. Then I'm doing my commercial mastermind group meeting for 2 more days. Not a problem.
Just every day next week.
My wife thinks I'm nuts. Probably right.
All right, Jacob's second question. Who would you recommend for a good course on notes investing, defaulted paper?
So you see, Jay, was it Jay? Is his name?
Jacob.
Jacob, okay. You are asking that question immediately trying to violate what I just said. You're going to find it a whole lot easier to find houses than you are paper. Look, I've been in the paper business for a long time ago, and I love defaulted mortgages. But you're going to find them actually while you're in the house business, and then you'll know what to do with them. So I got a whole course on that called, what's it called? Private lending. I haven't used it since I put Jay Conner in the private lending business in 2009. I haven't been selling it. But you know what? If you contact, who should I send them to?
I'm trying to think of Jay Conner's
no, not Jay Conner's course. I should send him. He wants a private lending course, I think. I'll tell you what. Text him. In fact, let him. Jacob, see if you can put it up there again so she can see it right now. We'll send you that information by text or email here shortly.
Okay. I'll make note of that.
But I used to teach defaulted paper. I love it. It's my favorite kind of paper. Way more money in it than there is buying a note that's not defaulted, just like houses. You buy it cheap. But honestly, if I know I cover all of that, but there's a guy named crap. Never mind, I'll think of it.
Is it Bob Leonetti?
It is, thank you. Yeah, Bob Leonetti, Leonetti. He's been in the paper business for years. He helped me teach the paper power event that we created. And as far as I know, he still buys paper. So I don't know what state he's in right now. He was in Texas. But you can find him on Google easy enough. Leonnetti. He's got a course on that.
Right. All right, last up, we have Charles from Florida.
Hey, Charles.
I have seen several of your videos on YouTube and have found them most informative. Many thanks to those and the Ron's Gold Club website, which I have yet to take full advantage of. He wants to thank you for taking specific questions, and he has a couple of them. First up, when one is taking ownership of a property and it is to be placed in a land trust and that land is outside of the state, in this case, New Mexico, where one is residing, in my case, Florida, is the land trust written and subsequently filed in the state where the land is or where the person resides in, or both?
Not the land trust, the deed to a trust. Warranty deed to trustee is the one that changes title. Trust agreement goes in your filing cabinet at home. You don't file that anywhere. But you will have to file the deed of trust in the county where the property is. Don't make any difference where you live. You know, got properties all over the place. My trust has to be filed there, but I'm in Florida. Because Florida is one of the safest states to file a LLC in anyway. I just happen to live here. I can have a Florida LLC. It can own properties anywhere in the country.
All right, kind of looks like a two-part question. So he says, Mr. Legrand taught that in Florida, the land trust owner is not made public. So is that enough in Florida, or should one open an LLC in a state like Wyoming where there is no name published? And have that LLC of an owner of the out-of-state property, or should the owner be one's own living trust for asset protection purposes?
On our Gold Club site, you will find a course on land trust. Go to the training button and then go up to the search engine at the top and just type in land trust. You will probably get every answer to every question right there. But you never ever file the land trust agreement, the declaration of agreement, except in one state, Arizona, that I can think of. They force you to record the trust agreement, which is foolish for me, but even that doesn't really matter. You see, everybody thinks to protect your assets, you got to hide stuff. Okay, hiding it helps, but you got to structure your business so that even when they know you got it, they can't get it. And I teach that as well on the Gold Club site. You'll see another lesson on 4 LLCs. That's the number 4 LLCs in the search engine box. That brings you down to about an hour and a half seminar I did on it, and why we have 4 limited liability companies and what we do with them and why we do it. In fact, that one course could probably save your entire empire going forward when something catastrophe happens, that even when you can't even control it. So you got it in if it's in a land trust, the trust agreement does not get recorded, but the deed to the trust does get recorded, or you don't really have a trust. Was that the question, or did I answer the wrong one?
Oh, that was right. You did
Okay.
great, Ron.
I will tell you, we got a new event coming up in May where Bob Bloom and I are going to do a whole 2-day seminar on this stuff. And by the time we get through with you, you're going to understand it, or we're going to retain you and make you stay there after the class is over. Okay, I'm not that mean, but I am going to test you, so you can prepare for that. And it's going to be virtual, and it's going to be on May the 2nd. So make that date right now. Write it down, May the 2nd. And we're going to go from 11 to 6 to have mercy on you folks on the West Coast. 11 to 6. Now, it's not going to be a free event. Tried to get Bob to do it free, and he don't like that idea. So you'll get notified if you're watching me now. Bob Bloom, if you don't know, is the national expert on estate planning, entities, tax reduction, and all of that. And so we're going to cover all of that, which includes land trust, which he favors. I can't say that about many attorneys. They just don't understand them. So we're going to cover all of this protect yourself stuff and save taxes stuff right there on those 2 days. So you can get it, watch it live, and then we're going to tape it. And of course, the taping is going to be, I don't know how long it's going to take to get it out. So I'm just saying, put that on your calendar. We'll let you know what time and everything. All right.
Oh,
Got it?
perfect.
Hmm?
That is all we have this week, Ron.
Okay, guys, send your questions in. See a lot of folks you watching right now. Look, take a few minutes and send your questions in. We'll make you famous, won't we, Jesse? Huh?
That's right. I'll get you up here and we'll have Ron answer your questions.
Okay. Where do they send them? Ask@ronlegrand.com?
Yes, they can send them to ask@ronlegrand.com. They can also log into their gold club and post that in the forum in the Ask Ron section.
Mhm.
I'm always looking for your questions. All you have to do is send them and we will get them answered.
There's enough videos online to watch me until you're 110, aren't you, Jesse?
That's right. There's dozens, oodles, so many.
Probably hundreds. Yeah. Okay. Have a good week, folks. And if you haven't started doing anything yet, just remember, there's only two things you got to master. Number one is generating leads. We've done that for you. And the second one is handling a closing call. We can teach you that very quickly, and then you're up and running. I have a quick start school, which is coming up. Jesse, I don't know.
That's May 20th through the 23rd.
But
and
we're doing a virtual this month too, aren't we?
April 22nd and the 25th for the virtual quick start.
Okay. You sign up for April, you automatically get May free.
That's
But
right.
I'm telling you right now, coming to an actual room with people in is 10 times better than trying to watch this screen for 4 days. It's all I can do to sit here and give it my attention. And I know some of you ain't getting through to you because your mind's wandering. You're out in the kitchen fishing a sandwich or whatever. And we don't know. I know when you're in the room. So I'm going to get your full attention. Plus, in the live event now, we actually do deals. Students bring in leads and we call the leads and we struck deals right there. We had a small event this last time. I think there was 35 or so people in it, and we did 5 deals in it with that short little amount of people. I forgot how many leads we only started with, I think, 46 leads or something very close to that. And we got 5 deals out of those 46 leads that the students brought to us. So my sister's out there calling them all day the first day. BJ, she's one of our mentors. And I got her and Adel calling all the leads that you bring. What they can't get through the first day, they'll do the second day. And that evening, they're going to make calls for about an hour and a half with both you and or with us and the seller on the phone. And you'll see how it ain't all that difficult either. So you got to work on that. Generating leads, you can do that with Dreams nowadays. Go to dreamsproai.com. Dreamsproai.com. You see all about it. And we got the price down from $697 to $297 a month for that masterpiece of tools that you're going to need. So if you're going to do anything, you're going to need Dreams. Might as well get registered for it now. I'm not going to dwell on that. Just go to Dreams Pro AI. Is there a dot in it or not? Dreamsproai.com.
Gosh, got me on the spot. I think it's dreamspro.ai.
Is that right? Okay. You'll find it. All right.
I will link it below. So if we're both wrong, then you can find it below.
Oh, that's good. Never thought of that. All right. Well, I want to see some action out of you guys, and I want to see more questions out of you. And I want to see some, some progress out of you. So make sure when you do a deal, you send us a letter with a photograph in it of you. When you come down to Jacksonville, you'll see those all over the walls, all over the place. And we put you up there and you live in infamy.